Let me ask you a question. How do you add value to people? Not yet. How do you add value to people? Paul, tell us.
You solve their problems, your number one problem.
How do you add value to people?
I solve their communication problems in a way that they've never thought of, like, who would like a business card that looked like that? I can do that. And they're not swimmers fast, but they'll be there.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Very relaxing, actually, as well. So eyes focused here, not on the aquarium now.
See, that's why it's a good business card.
Thank you, mate. My networking tip is the answer to that question. How do you add value to people? So it can be different depending on what your business is. Let me talk about LinkedIn Local per se. How do we add value to people? Well, pretty easily, we think. All we do is create a space, or actually we borrow spaces for people to come and meet, greet, create connection, get to know each other a little bit more, maybe get to like each other a bit more, maybe get to trust each other a little bit more, and maybe get to do business off the back of that. Now, it's not necessarily what we sat down and spoke around having a coffee, myself, Mark, and Isaac to start with, and Lana's since joined us to add that very, very important female flavour. Isn't that right, Lana? But it is one of those things that has happened. So we have some sort of credibility in the business space on the Central Coast, and we hope to have some credibility through some lovely ladies up the back there, Larissa and Danica, who are actually going to be starting LinkedIn Local Lake Macquarie. I nearly said Port Macquarie. So I'm just putting that out there because that creates accountability. They have to do it now. I think they were thinking about it. Now they have to do it. But it is the answer to that question. It is the answer to that question. How do you add value to people? So for us, as far as networking, creating connections in the business community on the coast, this is what we've had the privilege to do. And what that's meant is that we've been able to connect with great people in the room tonight. We've been able to connect with approximately about 1,400 different business people, either on the Central Coast or within a decent car drive from the Central Coast, either further down south or further up north, Newcastle way. We have people come from far and wide to come here and to meet other people, to connect with other people, to develop trust with other people, hopefully. But then it's what you do with that. For us, all we do with it is month on month on month, we keep turning up and we hopefully keep providing that value. And we have great sponsors like Paul Hills, the agency, and many other sponsors that have thankfully taken on the gauntlet to pass over some money, not to us, but to the venue, to keep these events free so that hopefully we can keep adding value. But the question that you need to ask yourself, which I've asked you a couple of times already, is how do you add value to people? So whether it's, I was talking to one of the ladies in the NDIS space tonight, whether it's something about it might be a little booklet that people download off your website, they call them lead magnets nowadays. That might be a way that you add value to people. Whether it's a conversation about indoor green design plants, which they do fantastic jobs at, probably one of the competitors to this place, so we maybe shouldn't mention the name. No, okay. So there's different ways that we add value to people based on your business. You just need to answer that question. And the great thing is I'm spending a fair bit of time in the digital space at the moment, so my head is very much immersed in that space. But if you can do that and you can leverage that creation of value off your own website, then actually you're not stuck within the geographical boundaries that we're in tonight, or the geographical boundaries of the Central Coast LGA or Sydney or whatever. You can open that net far and wide. And that's your network. And what sits in your network? opportunity. So the more value you add to more people, the more value, the more opportunity you'll have. And I don't mean always money opportunity, or it could be any sorts of opportunity that come your way, a connection that creates something powerful in your life. It might be some financial transaction which is built off the back of trust. I don't know. It could be anything that creates value for you and for that other person. But think about what you set up for your business. Think about what environments you're involved in. Because the environment here, LinkedIn Local, as far as value adding, then that's not just privileged to myself, Mark, Isaac, or Lana. That's actually privileged to anybody that comes into this space and uses it correctly and respectfully and invites other people. Because then you become a person of value, assuming that person you've invited has a great night. And generally, I haven't met too many people that have come to LinkedIn Local that haven't had a great night. So once again, the question, how do you add value to people? You come up with your own answer. Whatever you come up with, you will add value to your network of people. And if it's really extreme value, you'll expand the size of your own network and you'll expand the amount of opportunities you have. Thank you.